When you sign up for the Level 3 Award in Education and Training, you should be given many sources of information to help you with your assessment. Your first question is likely to be how you complete your microteach session, whether that's at a classroom, at work, online, or you have to sort it out yourself and send it in. You're also going to need to involve other learners. Who will be attending your session? What are the current level of knowledge of my subject? These are typical questions that learners ask in a Level 3 Award in Education and Training, but you also need to determine what sources of information your own learners need. Do they need access to any particular equipment? Will you be supplying it? And when we first moved the Level 3 Award in Education and Training online to virtual learning, the main questions were about how do I access Microsoft Teams? How do I share my PowerPoint? Will they have these at home? And quite rightly so, as each course and each learning method has its own particular challenges that learners have, so we need to be prepared to supply them with the necessary information. You might also need to liaise with other people involved in the assessment process. So if learners have a particular learning need, then we need to refer them to specialist supporter staff who can assist them. We may need to adapt our assessments to a different method, such as using verbal questions instead of written questions. You might therefore need to liaise with the awarding organisation to ensure that this is acceptable if they are working towards a qualification. So if you're completing the Level 3 Award in Education and Training, we may need to liaise with your employer to ensure that they have appropriate witnesses that can help observing your session to allow you to use existing practice for your assessments. Alternatively, you may have issues connecting your presentation, so we need assistance with our IT department. Your role and your organisation will to some extent dictate what information you need to share and who you can share it with. One concern we need to be aware of is the general data protection regulations, so we need to ensure that any recording must meet the GDPR data protection requirements. When I did my microteach as part of a PGCE, I had completed my session on teaching football. My background was sports, but I had to liaise with another department to get a video recorder, as phones were not in use at the time, needed to book the pitch and plan the team sessions around this. I also had to ensure that my session covered all the learning outcomes, so much more goes into it. Workplace supervisors, mentors, witnesses will need details of your learners' progress and achievements, so you may need to liaise with these individuals as well. So I'm currently supporting employers by developing their training, and many are enrolled on the Level 3 Award in Education and Training, and the employers want to know the progress of each of their staff. Communicating regularly will ensure everyone who's involved with your learner knows of their progress and achievement and can help towards completion.